So basically, the way to kind of look at that, Prince, or the way I like to work, I think most people should do this as well. Like, if you just keep up to date with IRL major tournaments, and then kind of just copy or look at it, not 100% copy, but at least look at and try out top players' lists or ideas. It's like, and it depends how competitive you want to be at the Pokemon TCG, but basically, there's no reason. Like, if you know you're not like, if you know you're not a great player, then there's no reason to not just look at a great player's list and then just copy their list. Like, Stefan just got second at Liverpool Regionals with Gudra. Yeah, Stefan just got second at Liverpool Regionals with Gudra. There's no reason to, if you're going to play Gudra, you should just copy Stefan's list at the very least, play some games with it, and see how it compares to maybe what you've been playing previously. Or if you're just like picking up Gudra for the first time in a little while, or first time in general, just like copy the best players' lists. There's no reason not to. Like, deck building is not something where it's like, deck building has like not, I don't even know how to like explain it. It's like not that, like, obviously like players come up with unique stuff, like ideas and stuff, all the time, and like decks and ways to play decks, but you shouldn't, if you're trying to be as competitive as possible, you shouldn't overly strive to be unique with your lists, or your decks. You should just be like, oh, well, I was playing Mew like this, and then this is the Mew list that just won the last major tournament. You don't have to directly copy their exact 60 all the time. I think at the very least, you should try out their 60, and either you're like, well, this is just better than my list, I'm just going to play their list from now on, and then work with it from there, or try and understand why they played the cards that they did compared to the cards that you don't play. And then you can either add some of those to your build, or maybe you can come to the conclusion that you think your list is still better for whatever reason. But when there is all that information out there to like utilize and abuse, like, Stefan is one of the best players in the world. Why would you not like take Stefan's testing and use it as your own by just literally copying his list to begin with? Like, there's no reason not to do that. There's no reason to not just take Stefan's list and use all of his testing and combine it with yours, like, and just go take his 60 and play with it and learn about his list, play his list, see what you like, see what you don't like. Maybe you just decide it is probably just better than yours, because most of the time, if it doesn't matter how much time you put into a deck, if one of the best players in the world builds a archetype of Mew and they build it's their first time building a Mew deck, and you've been playing Mew since it came out, but you're an average player, even if they've only been spending a week on Mew and you've been playing Mew since it came out, there's still a good chance that their innovations and their changes and stuff will be better than what you've been doing since Mew was released, because just being a great, like, there's not that much, deck building is like at the highest level of play is the biggest thing that separates the top players from each other, in my opinion. But there's not enough depth at deck building that if you've been working on a deck for a month and a good player, one of the best players in the world, has only been working on it for a week, that you're going to actually surpass one of the best players in the world. They just understand the game at such a different level that it doesn't matter how long you've been working on it. Their knowledge in the game surpasses any amount of time you could probably put into a deck or an idea, especially by the time like the meta shifts and changes and like a new set comes out, a rotation happens or something like that.